Hi guys, I'm Hans. Last video, How to Love English. We talk about why we do not like English and present a principle called I+1 to help us stimulate our interest in learning English continuously. We also talk about a concept called acquisition, which means we will achieve a periodical goal of not being afraid to deal with most situations where English is needed. Also, for the first time, we present a new idea called 2000 hours. So today, I'm going to share why is 2000 hours, how to calculate it, and how to manage the time spent on learning English. Why 2000 hours is enough for the acquisition of English? First of all, we need to point out that 2000 hours is just a common brief widespread in the English learning world. We may attribute this saying to Wang Yuanyuan, who is the vice president of the English learning guru New Channel.
How did the saying of 2000 hours come about? On the one hand, it is from my learning and teaching experience. On the other hand, the survey statistic of Foreign Service Institute in the United States, which trains American diplomats, finds that it takes 1,320 hours for the American diplomat to learn Chinese well. Generally, it should take almost the same time for a Chinese person to learn English, but 1,320 hours is just the time spent with a teacher. So, of course, there must be additional time for self-study. Generally speaking, it should take about 2,000 hours to learn English well. This may not be entirely scientific, but it should be efficient.
In my own experience, and I believe that every Chinese student, especially those who graduate from college, has spent more than 2,000 hours learning English. But why can we not find the feeling of acquisition? On the one hand, it is because we do not have the concept of what is good. We always think that my English should be as fluent as our native language, Chinese, which will bring you to an endless level of doubting your English. On the other hand, we do not know the real English learning time, which means that maybe you have learned for more than 10 years, but the actual English learning time is no more than 1,000 hours. What is the real English learning time? Before getting to know what our English learning time is, we should understand how we use our time daily. Firstly, we have to recall what we have done every day. It is better to document things we have done every hour and even every half an hour. The form is as follows. Only when we record things we have done every hour shall we know where time put in. After filing for a while, you will soon find out that you have not done so much in a day. It seems you are busy every day, but without producing anything. For example, many students may go to library for a whole afternoon. Still, if you record what you have done during that time, you will find out that you've spent 5 hours in entire afternoon, but just have done 1 or 2 sets of English exercise and use other time to read books, play on your cell phone, or take a nap. So in this situation, your real English learning time may just be 1 hour doing the exercises. Gradually, you will find out your real English learning time is not as much as you think. Maybe no more than 1 hour a day. So if it is no more than 1 hour a day, this is why we study for many years, but are still not good at English. Now, we list all forms of learning English. All these activities belong to English learning. Different learning activities have different efficiency in English learning. From my experience, they are solved like this. We can see that the more difficult or hard the activities are for us, the more active our learning. In contrast, the easier the events, the less effective they are for our knowledge. It seems to contradict to the I+1 principle. We have always said that we should choose the materials that are suitable for us to read. So, what should I do that is effective, but I do not want to do exercises? How to manage our English learning time. To do more productive English learning activities, we should know when our good condition comes from. There is a limit to a person's energy. From my experience, the time I can concentrate on my learning is just 4 hours. Although I may work for 10 hours a day, 4 hours is concentration, 3 hours is a delay, 3 hours is doing nothing. So if I want to make a breakthrough in English, I have to save the best 4 hours for the most effective English learning activities, such as preparing the IELTS text, and the other time I can do things more interesting, such as watching a study and study anime.
Exactly! That's what makes this the perfect chance to get the jump on everybody else!
Different people have different situations for the peak state. For me, the best is the time when I wake up, the time after I having a bath, and the time when I am hungry. So I will treasure this time for me to do the most difficult things in learning English and push other things aside. But the reality is cruel. As a worker, we will leave our best day for our livelihood. As a student, we have to learn other subjects in class. We are so tired after using up the back's time. No worries. When we are tired, watch some funny English materials. It is better than doing nothing, isn't it? We propose such a learning strategy just to let us know about some important concepts like what is the most effective method for English learning, what is the most active state in education. If we cannot always be effective, we can still do relatively efficiency things. By recording the real English learning time we accumulate 2,000 hours, we will finally learn English well.
Yeah!
All these time management methods I mentioned above was just a profoundly summed up part of all my time management methods. I sincerely recommend you to read my book and watch my recorded classes at the same time, from which you can get a good understanding of all the methods without viewing them in bits and pieces. Although my online classes and book are mainly about learning English, you can also acquire these methods to master other skills. By using these methods, I earned my first pot of gold by investing. Now you can subscribe to my WeChat channel and buy it directly. The whole pack of my book and online course is just 99 yuan, including 19 classes and a book which is worth 68 yuan. What's more, you can earn 50 yuan by sharing the link to my course. It is like not only learning for free, but also making money by learning. Alright, let's review what we learned today. Firstly, we learned what acquisition is, then we learned how to record the time. Finally, we learned about how to accumulate real English learning time effectively by getting to use our best condition to learn English. But again, we may find out why some people seem to always be in good state and why sometimes we cannot do that. Just like my past self, I can only focus on 2 to 3 hours a day. Still, when I understand the methods of target management, energy management, and willpower control, I can work insanely hard too. I want to share these methods with you in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to me. Thanks for watching. It means that you are one step closer to learning English well. I am so proud of you.